friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cody from Cody's Crochet and welcome to this very crafty market vlog. Today is Friday, the 28th of November, meaning today is our first real Christmas market of the season, which I'm really excited about. As you can tell, it's pretty much dark outside because I just came back from my week of school. I did pack my car already, so I unpacked my car from my stay, then chilled out because it was raining anyway, and unpacked in here, and then I packed my car whenever it stopped raining. So I pretty much have everything that I need except for a few things. I need to pack the bag in which we have our most recent things, so like the gnomes and our moose. Many loaf cats. That's what we have going on right now. I also want to pack up some book, take that with me tomorrow. I need to remember my money bag with the change. Pack like yarn to crochet, some stuff while I'm at the market, some food, but food is done tomorrow. And yeah, for my week of school I did do a bit of crocheting and knitting actually. I started knitting a beanie, but I'm not finished yet. But I did also crochet, and I did two things. First of all, I have this caramel colored mini loaf cat and I love the color. I will definitely make more of those. And then I also have this dark brown mini loaf cat. So I made both of these guys while I was staying for my week of school and started a knit beanie. So that's pretty much it. I didn't really have time to do much of anything else. I was knitting nonchalantly and crocheting a little bit, but I also had like homework and essays to write and stuff to do, so there's that. What we will do today isn't gonna be much because I'm really tired. I had a full day of school plus a 2.5 hour drive home, and then unpacking everything, and I think it's a few minutes past 5 at this point, 5 p.m. So yeah. We might be able to work on some stuff like pack our yarn bag and maybe crochet 1 or 2 very small items, but nothing big. Maybe I will keep knitting on my knit beanie that I started, but we'll see. But for now, let's pack our yarn bag. This is the knit beanie that I started, by the way. It is a mix of various shades of grey, a little bit of white, and a dark grey that was kind of striping, honestly. But yeah, I'm not done yet, as you can tell. I still have to do a few centimeters for sure. But yeah, this I will not take with me tomorrow because knitting and talking to people at the same time is still a bit difficult for me, so I will stick to crocheting for now. But let's go ahead and pack our yarn bag. And we're in the craft room, which is already painted now, as you can tell. And it is partially stocked again. But a lot of things still need to be put in here or redone and put into bins and closets and whatever. So that's gonna take a while. But in the meantime, we already have a kind of raw setup we can work with or start working with. And I picked out some yarn to possibly make a gingerbread man. I do have 2 gingerbread men, but they are acrylic, so not fluffy. And I kind of have the urge just to make one with my chenille of yarn. So yeah, let's try to find a pattern and then we can get into crocheting because I haven't crocheted in like 3 days. I have seemed to find a pattern by Vivian the Strawberry on YouTube. It is a no-sew crochet gingerbread man for intermediate crocheters, so let's try it, see if it works out. I think the like candy pieces might be bobble stitches with a color change because it does say no sew, but we'll see. Let's try out the pattern and get started. Okay, I just started the first foot and we are starting at 5:20 because I kind of want to time myself on this. I'm like not speeding or anything, I just want to crochet it calmly. Dumbledore said calmly. No, I will try to not rush through this and panic make anything. Just some crocheting for the evening to ease into the night. But yeah, again, 5:20. Let's see how long this guy takes us. Number 1 complete. Leg 1. And leg 2. I just connected the legs and time is 5:40. So working both the legs and connecting them plus the 2 arms took around 20 minutes. I finished interweaving all of my ends, meaning our little guy is complete. Very cute. It is 6:07. So this guy took less than an hour, more like 45-ish minutes actually. And he turned out really cute. So I might take some yarn with me for these so I can make more tomorrow. I did already pick out some yarn for mini love cats and gnomes, the miniature ones, so I can just put some skeins of my Shiny Love yarn in the bag as well, and we can hopefully make more of these guys and see how they sell. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and make up a price for this and then tag this guy, put it in the bag, and then I might actually start dinner already because I am hungry. Tag in the bag and then dinner. And I'm back from dinner. I didn't do anything else crochet wise or knitting wise. I didn't work on the beanie at all, but I did grab my money back, so I'm just gonna put that on the growing pile of stuff that I need to put in my bag, but I won't do that until tomorrow because I'm lazy. But what I will do tonight is do or work up my setup plan, because I did tell them that I needed a 3x3 meter space because originally this market was set outside. It still is, but it is partially using the community center as grounds for the market, and I will be inside, so I don't need my tent, but that was originally the plan. So I'm guessing they will still give me a 3x3 space. I'm not quite sure how big the tables are, but I'm just gonna guess and not really do that based on the amount of tables, but rather the amount of meters I have. So I'm just gonna do that, and then yeah, I should be pretty much done because it is relatively late. I'm not quite sure how or what time it is. Hold on. It's perfectly 8 p.m. on the dot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make the setup plan, and then I will probably start editing today's clips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will see you tomorrow. See you then. Good morning. Today is Saturday. As you can tell, I am just getting ready for the market. It is, I think, like close to 9 a.m. and we have to leave at 9:30. I think it's like 8:45 or something. But I still have to have breakfast, put everything in the bag and the back of the car, and then prep the food that I'm gonna be taking with me. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do those things, and then we will see each other when we get to the market. Works pretty well as a glasses holder, I'm now realizing. I just arrived at the market location. I don't see anyone here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and check out the building, see if I can find anyone, or if it's even open. I haven't gotten out of the car yet, but we will see. And then we can start getting everything from my car inside. So let's go do that. I got out, tried the door, and it was closed, which is the main entrance, and then I went around the building and everything is closed off too. And now I texted the organizer and told him I was here already, because he said that setup was at 10 and it is like 10:10. So I'm not quite sure if I'm at the wrong spot or if he forgot. I'm not sure. Wait, he's calling me, hold on. We are at the wrong spot. They actually have 2 spots under the same name and I picked the wrong one. So I'm just gonna relocate and then we can go set up. Whoops. And I'm back. I wasn't able to film much, honestly, at the market. I think I have like 2 or 3 clips. But yeah, it was a good one. We weren't that big, but a lot of people came for some reason. But some vendors were talking about it, and they actually said that even though this village is very small, there's always a lot of people coming, no matter the event. So it's just a location. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside, count the money later, and first of all, make dinner because I'm hungry. And then we can talk about how the market went and everything else. And I had dinner, and I did count the money, and for the first time, I think, in this vlog series of doing markets, the math is mathing. Which is crazy. But yeah, let us go through the market as a whole. The market was technically starting from 12, and pretty much all of us vendors inside in the room of the community center decided to pack up at around 5:30-ish. And teardown went down pretty quickly. I just put everything in the bags where they kind of belonged and then put them in my car. And then the display stuff, the tablecloths and everything. It was pretty easy to do. I just parked my car up front again and then left. But yeah, outside it was very cold, so I was glad that we were inside, because outside there were a few booths with like food and drinks. So like crepes and sausages in rolled and something else, but I forgot what it was. And then they had like non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages outside at the stands. And then inside there was coffee and waffles. So there's that. I was in a room with, I think we were 5 other vendors, and we all sold handmade things, which I think was very cool. I didn't know about it, but it was actually a craft market fair mixed with a Christmas market. I didn't know that. There was another crochet booth, but we had very different styles, again, similar to the Lost Market we did. And it was a cool experience, and they were all really nice, and I talked a lot with my booth neighbor who sold sewn goods and like embroidery stuff and cross stitching, and it looked very cool. And I actually got one. I showed this clip earlier. I got a Starry Night little circle cross stitching embroidery sort of deal thing, and I like it a lot. I will definitely put that in my room somewhere. And then I also got a gift for my aunt, who will be attending Christmas with this year, because my parents are on a trip. So I have a gift for her now. And yeah, I was actually surprised at how many people were at the venue, because the village where the event was hosting was relatively small. I think it had like under 200 occupants, and for that number, there were a lot of people. And many people who didn't come from that village specifically. So like the villages around had multiple people, and then a few villages that were further away. And it was actually pretty busy, especially from the time between 2 and 4-ish p.m. There were a lot of people. And I didn't see familiar faces, but that was fine. I didn't expect to. But yeah, I had some nice conversations, talked a lot with other booth vendors, and got a few gifts. And they bought some stuff for me too. I actually kind of have an order for more mini bee keychains, because my other booth neighbor, we had a lot of space in between because there was a door between us. She asked if she could order some more bee keychains, because I only had 4 minis left and she needs 6. So she bought the 4 I had, and then I will make 2 more for her colleagues, because she's a teacher and her class is called the bee class. So she would love to gift her colleagues some mini bee keychains for their keys for Christmas or the other holiday before that. She doesn't know yet, but it was cool. I liked it. I wish I had more mini bees at that point, but I didn't expect someone to buy mini bees like in nearly December. So silly me, I guess. But yeah, that's how the market went, pretty much. And we actually sold only in 3 categories. Obviously plushies and keychains, but the other category is beanies, actually. I made 178 euros minus 10 euros for the voluntary booth fee. We could give how much we wanted, and I just gave a 10, because it was not really a booth fee, but more like a gift to like the village fund. So I just gave 10. So let's go through the categories. For plushies, I sold 8 mini loaf cats. That was crazy. And then I sold 2 of the bigger loaf cats that I have. Then I sold a mushroom boy with sewn eyes because it was for a smaller child. And then I sold 4 frogs with clothes. 3 of them went to the same person. And then I sold a big plush turtle at the very end. Then our next category is keychains. And I sold 1 smiley. I actually sold one of my 3 big bees I had left from my entire time of doing markets, and even before that I've had them for years. And I sold one of those, which was surprising and also pretty cool. And then I sold the 4 mini bees that I just talked about to the same person. And then I sold my very old keychain turtle that I've also had for multiple years at this point. And I'm very glad it's gone. And then I actually sold my acrylic rainbow pastel beanie with the self-made pom-pom that I had. And I've also had that for multiple years, so I'm also very glad that it's gone. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I honestly didn't expect to do so well at this market because it was such a small village, but surprisingly did pretty well. That's pretty much how the market went. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these type of videos, leave a comment or a like below. It would really help since I'm very new. I will see you next Saturday. Stay crafty and bye-bye.